Initiating moisture.
Another year, another Call of Duty, which means another flood of teenagers going online to tell you that they fucked your mother. This year's Call of Duty takes place in World War II. It's called Call of Duty World War II. I'm going to break this review up into three parts: a campaign part, a multiplayer part, and a zombies part, because I feel like they're three different games entirely for the most part. So, let's talk about the worst component of this entire game, the campaign. The campaign is the most miserable gaming experience I've had in 2017. I streamed the whole thing start to finish. It took about 5 hours and a little bit of change, and it is an abysmal, repugnant, putrid ass stain of a storyline. By the end of this game, I felt like an actual soldier in World War II, just miserable, drained, and having PTSD from having played this campaign. It's just pure rectum grease. The voice acting is fucking stellar though. The acting is really, really good, although they're working with dog anus for a script. The graphics are mind-blowing, absolutely stunning graphics when it comes to the pre-rendered cutscenes, and really just all of the game is beautiful looking, except there's a whole lot of grays here for the most part. But I mean, really, the graphics are good overall. Really, really good. It's just the missions. It's not the gameplay. The gameplay's fine. It's just like every other Call of Duty. But the missions, holy fuck, they're so bad. And the writing is the worst I've seen in a AAA game this year. The writing is some of the absolute worst. The most predictable story, the most awfully designed characters, all of them 2D, nothing good about the characters. And all the fucking missions are the same. It's either get on this turret and defend wave after wave, stand in this spot and defend this location for X amount of minutes, or an on-rail shooter where you get in a tank or something and just shoot while going in one direction that you're forced to go down. It's so boring. It's no fun at all. I would have rather been picking smegma out of my asshole. I've been saying a lot about ass, a lot of ass references here. It's because the entire campaign reminds me of every component of an ass. It was just no fun at all. Now, all this being said about the campaign, I can see why Call of Duty fans would enjoy it, and I can see why kids would enjoy it. I know kids and Call of Duty fans are synonymous, but I'm saying I can definitely understand from an objective standpoint why they would like this. There's a lot of jingling keys, explosions, blood. I get why they would like it. Somebody who hasn't played a video game ever in their life will like this campaign. But if you have played any video game, you will not like this campaign. This would be good in 2007. It is not good in 2017 unless you're a Call of Duty fan, a kid, or someone who's never picked up a game before. Now let's move on to the next part, the thing that people actually play Call of Duty for, the multiplayer. Nobody fucking plays the campaign at all. Nobody. They play it for the multiplayer, so let's talk about that. How is the multiplayer? Yeah, it's like every other Call of Duty, except the ones where they introduce Titanfall type mechanics. There's not a whole lot of movement things here. It's like an older Call of Duty, plays exactly the same. Nothing innovative, nothing new. Plays like Call of Duty, feels like Call of Duty. If you like Call of Duty's multiplayer from previous years, you will like this multiplayer. That's about all I can say about it. There's really not a whole lot of depth to go in here. I'm sure all of you watching this have played a Call of Duty at some point, and if you have played a Call of Duty at some point, you have basically played this one as well. If you liked what you played back then, you'll like this one. It's that, and then it's kind of improved in certain areas, but it's fundamentally exactly the same. And Nazi Zombies is honestly fun. I've always enjoyed the Nazi Zombie minigame, and this one's no different. It is fun. It's just like the other ones, no massive improvements, no massive differences, and it's just fucking fun. Now let's take all of the ingredients here and put them into a beaker and add our chemical X, which is the moist meter, and we'll create the perfect little moisture content analyzer. This is a 65% on the moist meter. Everything in the game works, and it's exactly like the previous games, so it's functional, it's got an established formula that works well, and it's an above average game. Now, it's not my personal cup of cum, it's not a game I'm going to play any longer now that I've put over 20 some hours into it to really get into it, to have a fair opinion of it. But I can sit back and objectively say that yes, this would be about a 65%. I can see who would like this, I could see why they would like this, I can see why it's popular, but for me, it's not a game I enjoy. So yeah, that's it. See ya.